Hello, it's Paulus here. So I've got a bit of a mammoth online Zoom party day today, and I'm not doing it from home. I'm doing it from a studio in Feltham. And what I find really ironic about this is that I've got this enormous suitcase, and you can see down here, it's the biggest suitcase I own, and it isn't full of costumes as normal because I'm only going to be seen from the chest up anyway. It's full of tech stuff. I've got my ring light, I've got an extension cord because I don't quite know what I'm going to find when I get to the studio. I've got my backdrop that I film in front of, and I've got clips to hold that up. I've got my sheet music stand, I've got my sheet music, I've got my ukulele on my back, I've got clothes pegs to hold my sheet music open, and just all manner of nonsense going on. And I've got 3 gigs today. The first one is for Disney. That's a 2-hour thing at about 12:30. And then at about 5 o'clock, I'm on with the awards ceremony for Haringey Council staff. And then I'm entertaining a Women's Institute group in the evening. And I should be doing them all at home, but one of them wanted me to film from the studio. So they very kindly let me film all 3 from the said studio, which is why I'm at Feltham train station, waiting to be collected by Dinesh, who's coming to get me via Uber. So stay tuned for my mammoth Zoom day here at Christmas time in sunny, well, it's not sunny, but it could be a lot worse for December for Feltham. So greetings from Feltham. I'm here at ATC. I don't know what ATC stands for, but I'm here in this big room with, I don't know if you can see Mike in the background. Mike from Florida has been very, very helpful all morning. And this is what it's like to entertain in 2020 in front of a couple of lights. Got my iPad with me and brought my Velvet from home. And these lovely chaps have given me a screen to work in front of. My ukulele and my music stand are just there. My clients are going to be just there, sat up on some gaffer tape, 4 rolls of gaffer tape and an iPad stand, and I'll be seeing them in just over 10 minutes. And my ring light has broken on the way here, so that's great, but these wonderful chaps have already put these lights up, so I'm not looking too hideous. I've got my ginger and lemon and cider vinegar, some top tip, a little bit of cider vinegar with your honey and lemon and ginger concoctions, singers and speakers. Just a little bit though, just a little bit, because it's lethal. And my sandwich somewhere. And yeah, it's just you sort of makeshift really. Everything's like propped up on a bin or leaning up against something else. And I'm excited and nervous, and I'm about to do a gig for Disney, which makes me even more nervous actually. I mean, it's not like Mickey's going to be there, is it? But you know, so yeah, I'll see you in a couple of hours' time when gig 1 is over. All right, so it's 1 minute to 3. I just did my first Zoom party for Disney staff, 87 Disney staff, all zooming in, me on my iPad here in this studio in Feltham. And it went all right. I did lose my internet connection 10 minutes in there. That was a frightening second, but it was only a couple of seconds, thankfully. And that's never happened to me before. But yeah, I saw people laughing. They joined in the game, especially the bits where I got them to jump up and scavenge around the house for things, and we created drag looks and personas, and they had to think up a drag name and stuff, and it was good. And apparently they're saying those things about me. I've left the call now, but apparently they're pleased. It's funny, it's when I do these things, well, before I do these things, I often worry about it's not being interesting, not being entertaining, not being funny, and I forget that people that don't do what I do for a living, or don't do stuff that involves, dressing up and being verbose and being cheeky and being a loudmouth, these are skills that don't necessarily come to everybody, and being able to be quick-witted and off the cuff and just respond to stuff that's going on in the room, even if it is a Zoom room. These are things that not everyone can do, and every time, I've been doing this for 30 years now, every time I have a gig approaching, especially something like, you know, a Disney corporate gig, that's a big deal for anybody, isn't it? I mean, I've never performed in front of anyone that works for Disney, and probably never will again, but you know, you want it to be good. Whilst you're being watched by the most powerful entertainment company in the world, of course you want it to be good. And every single time these things approach, especially when you're not busy, and especially when you don't have too much time to think, I start to get in my own head and think, what is it they want me to do? What is it they're asking from me? It can't be this simple. It is that simple. You've done the work. You've got this far. You know your craft. You've honed it. You've learned it. You've got the stuff and the skills, the apparatus. And, you know, that's a lot of it. A lot of it is having got this far and having seen this many audiences. And it's just easy to forget that. So don't, if you're an entertainer and having had all these months off has made you lose your mojo a bit, don't worry, it's there. I promise it's still there. You'll be all right. Anyway, next gig's in an hour and a half. Gonna go and have a debrief from the client. Right, so this is gig number 2 of the day. I've just come downstairs into the same building to this beautiful studio at ATC in Feltham, just working with these lovely chaps behind me. And this is the Haringey Celebrating Success Staff Awards, which is easy for me to say. And it's the second year I've hosted it, but the first year I've done it online. I've got a earpiece in my ear, so that ear, which means I can hear all the people zooming in from home that are nominees and award givers and award winners. And I've also got a head mic in the other ear and got my earrings jangling all over the place. So that's new. And I've got a bank of men, which I've always wanted, really. A bank of men in front of me, making wonderful tech things happen. And then I'm going to stand there in front of that lectern that they're cleaning now and try and be vaguely cogent for about an hour and a half. So another new bunch of things to learn, another new environment, but it's fun. And I'm excited. Look, can you see the logo for Haringey? Haringey Council's never been so glam, has it? Anyway, I'll go and put on my trousers. Oh, that's the thing I meant to tell you. I thought it was just going to be a Zoom call. Didn't bring any trousers or my dress shoes. I've just got my jeans. Look. And these filthy muddy boots. So the man in charge for Haringey, he's just been to Georgia Asda and bought me some trousers, some black trousers, and I'm just about to clean these. I've never owned a pair of boots so filthy in my life. I'm just about to clean these with all the wet wipes in my makeup bag, and hopefully by 5 o'clock, in about an hour's time, I'll look something like presentable so I can present an award ceremony. Bloody hell. Right, well, I think I'm ready. Anyway, we're just running a tiny bit late because the chief executive of the company is not on the call yet. It's not the Zoom call, so we can't really start without them because they give a speech at the beginning. I haven't got that much material to fill with, but we're ready. The boys are all here, the tech boys, and got me slap on. Stage is ready, mics are ready, and 10 awards. Lots and lots of live link-ups. A tremendous amount that could go wrong. I think there's 5 or 6 nominees in every category that we have to link up to, that I have to speak to. There's an award giver that is also zooming in that I have to interact with. There's pre-recorded things which I have to remember are pre-recorded, and they play stings, little bits of music which are sort of, you know, to cover what would be applause in a live event, and I have to know exactly when to sort of come in after the sting, and I remember how to pronounce everybody's name. So I think that can be described as hairy, that last gig, but we finally found our feet about 20 minutes into it, even though actually it was a long time before we could even start. There was some technical problems. We had just a tremendous amount of people video linking in, zooming in, and oh God, I just had to stand there in a sparkly jacket really and keep smiling, but the people actually doing the tech stuff, crikey. It's a whole new world, isn't it? And really rather fraught with, is it going to work? And then some recorded videos as well. I think I said this earlier on. Anyway, we found our feet, we found a nice little vibe, and it went well. The people of Haringey Council are truly tremendous, and it's my second year hosting their staff awards, and it's an absolute honour, and I just sincerely mean this. I said this to them last year and this year. I don't really see towns and boroughs of London in the same way anymore. I think about, you know, the person who runs a park and who empties bins, and there's so many things going on in the background that obviously we pay our taxes for, but that a human being cares about, and these people care so much. So it was lovely. It's lovely to be back and do that again. I've got my last performance in 3 minutes time, which is a little presentation on 100 years of cabaret, celebrating 100 years of cabaret, the Berlin cabaret scene, which I'm giving to a Women's Institute group. And then I've got to pack up as quickly as possible, get the train, get myself back to London. See you the other side. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. It's exactly 9 o'clock. Train's coming in 4 minutes time. And I've just done the mad dash. I came off of the last Zoom entertainment gig at 20 past 8. I take off all my costume, all my makeup, pack up my suitcase and walk to this train station. I really need to learn to drive. It's ridiculous. I think I'm on the... Yes, I am. I went to the wrong side of the station, and now I'm on the right side of the station. I've got a very heavy suitcase. It's been a very long day, but it's a privilege. I hate that word, but it really is a privilege to have 3 gigs in one day this year, of all years. I know there's lots of people that haven't got any, and I'm very lucky and very grateful, and it's been insane. I think I might be going slightly mad now. I've been awake since 7. That's very early for me, by the way. And yeah, I've entertained Disney, I've entertained Haringey Council, and I've entertained the WI of Bulldog and Clothall. And all 3 were lovely, actually, really, really lovely. I was really well looked after by the Haringey Council and HES Comms, who've been hosting me all day. And tomorrow I have a student that I'm seeing on Zoom, who only just booked today, so I was doing that in between, you know, and also plugging the fact that I'm on the Cabaret vs Cancer Advent Calendar. I'm behind door 10. Open it, give them money. Cabaret vs Cancer, look them up. And oh yeah, then I've got a live gig, a gig in real life tomorrow. So I've got to get out the leggings and the kitten heels. Oh, my toes are going to be shocked. I'll see you next time, if we're safe.